What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with the weekly reset for the 26th of March. And much like last week, alongside this reset, we've had another reveal for Into the Light, and we're getting some cool weapons back in the game. Plus Bungie have spoken about some of the reward systems for Onslaught and a new social hub, so pretty cool stuff there. And as always, look out for a separate video breakdown of all of that. But for this video, we're going to cover vendor inventories for the week, so we've got the Eververse store, as well as the featured weapons, cosmetic items, and all of our activity rewards for the week. So we'll break down all of that and some reset related updates. So as always, I hope you enjoy this one and find it useful. If you do, a rating below really helps us out on the channel, but now let's get into it. Firstly, once again, Bungie have just done a second reveal for Into the Light, and it looks like we'll be getting some pretty juicy stuff for the update in April. But now that the March update is wrapped up, and of course Guardian Games has concluded, the in-game components for the next couple of weeks are going to be a little bit quieter. As always though, I'll keep you posted with the news, so keep it locked and loaded here on the channel. Up next though, as we get into gameplay stuff for the week, initially there is a small hotfix today, so this is update 7353, and for Crucible and competitive, they say they fixed an issue where Artifice Armor could drop on match victory prior to completing the tier 3 competitive weekly challenge, so that's no longer a thing. And for Trials, they also fixed an issue where Trials weapons weren't glowing. Then for gameplay and investment for mods, they say reserve chest mods no longer work in Crucible, and in general they fixed an issue that caused skimmers to move faster than intended when repeatedly pressing boost. So just a couple of items right there, nothing too crazy, and give us your thoughts about those updates down below. Next up though, getting on to some of the featured rewards and things for the week. Firstly, we do have the flashback for Season of Dawn in the Eververse store right here, so you can pick up the armor sets for 1500 Bright Dust. There's also finishers, emotes, and things like that available, as well as the ornament for the symmetry right there, if anyone wants to grab it. There is also a silver discount running this week, which I believe is a minus 20% discount, so maybe worth looking into that if you are interested. But also, don't forget to pick up your weekly bundle of Bright Dust. And now, for the featured Bright Dust items on the front page, we've got the Simon Says exotic emote available for 3,250 Bright Dust, so have a little quick preview of that one right there. Additionally, there is the ornament for the Callus Mini-Tool available this week, which is defenseless to be armed. That one's up for 700 Bright Dust in the store, so maybe one worth grabbing. And then we've got the Ghost Purple Transmat effect available for 450 Bright Dust on the front page. On top of that though, for the shaders, we've got Hazard Pay available up first. These are always 300 Bright Dust. And also there is the Gamekeeper shader available in the store as well. I'm sorry if you can hear the babies shouting in the background, it's that time of the day. And then moving over to the main Bright Dust section right here, we've got the Hacker Time exotic emote available for 3,250 Bright Dust, so have a look at that one, pretty cool stuff. On top of that, there is the Future Facing Gauntlets from the ornament set from back in Season of Dawn, so this is not the key Season of Dawn armor, but Bungie are introducing some of the additional drops from back then. That one is 1,200 Bright Dust. Then we've got the Razor Scale Shell available, this one from this season. Actually a pretty cool one right there in the store for 2,850 Bright Dust. Then there is the Star Racer 95 exotic ship, which is 2,000 Bright Dust this week in the store. On top of that though, we've got the War-Torn Peregrine exotic Sparrow, which is 2,500 Bright Dust this week. Another cool one perhaps to add to collections. But then there's the Space-Time Weft ornament for the Leviathan's Breath, which is 1,250 Bright Dust this week. It's only a pretty basic one, but kind of cool nonetheless, so let us know if you want to grab that. That's from this season as well. And then we have the Daily Bread Ghost Projection, which is 1,500 Bright Dust as always. But for the second page of shaders, we've got Smashing Success available up first. This is 300 Bright Dust as always. Then there is the Biolume shader available in the store this week as well. On top of that, we've got the Copper Brand, which is a pretty cool one from back in the day. And finally, the Reef Regalia is available right there for shaders too. Lastly though, we've got the Fallen Arrival Transmat effect, which is available right here for 450 Bright Dust. For the same cost, we can pick up the Reef Awoken Transmat effect in the store this week. And finally, there is the Ossified entrance available as well. So give us your thoughts on the Eververse inventory guys down below, and anything you plan to grab this reset. And wow, the tower always looks pretty bare when events go away, doesn't it? But now let's take a quick look at Banshee. We'll run over to him right here. And for the featured weapons, which of course will change throughout the course of the week, for the moment we've got the Whispering Slab, which has got Killing Wind and Sympathetic Arsenal. There's also the Cartesian Coordinate with Under Pressure and Swashbuckler, and then the Dire Promise, which is triple tap and under pressure, but also the Cold Denial Pulse Rifle with Grave Robber and Unrelenting, and finally, Code Duello Rocket Launcher, which has got auto-loading and Ambitious Assassin, but keep in mind the weapons and rolls will change through the week. And finally, down here at Shader 1, in the annex, we've got the Kerak Type 2 armor set for Titans, some old school armor available this week, so maybe something to collect for some players, but for the featured shaders, initially we have Genotype Null 0 from back in the Warmind era, available once again, a pretty nice one. These cost 10,000 Glimmer. On top of that, there is the new Pacific Sync, the Worn variant of that, if you fancy some vanilla Destiny 2 shaders. And speaking of vanilla, there is War Cult Rain if you're after an older faction shader there as well, so let us know if you'll grab any of those. For some other featured items for the week though, the Nightfall weapon for this reset is the Undercurrent, and that'll be dropping from Heist Battleground on the Moon. Of course, there is the Adept variant dropping from Grandmasters as well, so let us know if that's one you're still hunting down this week. Otherwise though, for the exotic mission this week, we've got Vox Obscura featured, and so Dead Messenger, as well as the Season of the Risen gear can be farmed in that activity. But other farmable rewards include, for the Vault of Glass, the Vex Smither class, with that being the featured raid, any of the legendaries, but also the exotic from Vault of Glass is totally farmable this week. So good luck if you are hunting down that, but also we've got the Shattered Throne featured for the dungeon. Our final mention for this video though includes the Lost Sectors for the week, and today we've got Skydock on the EDZ, which is dropping exotic arms. Then for March 27th it'll be the Quarry dropping chest pieces, before moving over to the Dreaming City rotation with the Fellion's Rest on March 28th dropping exotic helmets. That's followed by Bay of Drowned Wishes on the 29th dropping exotic legs, and the Chamber of Starlight on March 30th dropping exotic gauntlets. Finally though, we get Perdition on Europa for March 31st, dropping chest pieces, and then on April 1st it'll be Bunkery 15 on Europa, which will be dropping exotic helmets. So good luck if you're hunting anything down in the Lost Sectors, guys, but for today that's what we have to round up in the vendor reset, so as always I hope it's been useful. Let us know any items you're looking out for this week down in the comments section, and also be sure to get subscribed so I can keep you posted with everything related to the game. Otherwise though, I appreciate you tuning in, and whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.
So Tom, actually also too is, as you've kind of been helping sort of build a lot of what Into the Light is going to be, what was the role that these weapons played? Like why is Shaxx choosing now to go ahead and re-equip us with this particular set of antiquities?
And part of the idea is that it's like this forbidden arsenal, right? The things that aren't, that we've kind of set aside, at least in the Crucible and other spaces, and now in this kind of dire time with our backs against the wall, we need to, kind of set aside those conventions and really take every advantage we can in the fight against the Witness, and kind of like having players in this moment with Into the Light, it's a great time to hop in and play if you haven't been playing, or if you want to catch up, and we're going to give you the weapons you need to be ready for the final shape. Like as long as you show up every week, you do the work, you're going to get like an incredible arsenal.
Yeah, particularly if you had been looking at some of the meta heavy grenade launchers. Yeah. You can just walk in and get Edge Transit and be competitive already.
Yeah. And also too, I just got word from back at home that also Noah is apparently back at home after last week's stream in chat, cheering everyone on. So if everyone out there wants to give him a quick yeah, great in chat, now's the time. He's listening.